really do need to find Starbucks.
And the nemesis returns. Poor Loco. How you doing?
So, are you fucking... Go away!
Hey guys, I'm back. I know this video is a long time coming. I'm way behind, obviously, on the videos, so my apologies. I'm going to try and bang them out here. So you gotta love the local intro. She's afraid of escalators, elevators, fireworks, pretty much anything that moves. So anyway, this is when I was still out in Boise at BioLayne.com filming. As you guys know, or some of you may not know, but I announced that I am starting a supplement company with bodybuilding.com that will be distributed exclusively through them. I'm very excited about that. There's going to be a lot of details coming out here very soon, so stay tuned for that. So anyways, I was out there and Ben had me on this intro, so this was 2 sets of 8 with 455 and then 2 sets of 10 with 425, and this was feeling pretty good actually. Like my squats were feeling nice. Obviously a volume intro block, but feeling pretty good. And he was during this time for my AMRAPs, he was having me cap them. So, like for example, at double the working set number. So later you'll see. So if I'm doing sets of 4 for my working sets on my heaviest day, my AMRAP is capped at 8. So he won't let me do any more than 8 because he's worried about, we're trying to make sure I stay healthy. So this was 265 for 4 sets of 10. And actually, I love the bodybuilding.com gym, but the benches there aren't great, and so this was a little bit more difficult than it should have been. Plus, I was out there filming. For those who don't know, I also announced this in Mark Bell's Powercast. I have a 13-week video trainer on bodybuilding.com. It's probably going to come out next year, and we filmed for a solid week there, and I was pretty exhausted at the end of every day. So we'd film all day, and then I would go train. So this is deadlift day. This was 495 for 3 sets of 7. This was actually feeling relatively smooth, and I remember I was just really exhausted at this point, but the reps were feeling smooth, so it still felt good to get in there and get it done, even though I was really tired. So I'm sure some of you guys who aren't familiar, who are like, oh, okay, this is day 2 on bench, sorry. So I guess I need to back up. I'm squatting 3 times a week at this point, deadlifting 2 times a week, and benching 4 times a week. So this is the second day. This is 280 pounds for 5 sets of 8. So quite a bit of volume. So I also was pretty darn light here. Like I was right around 200 pounds. I got pretty lean for this video trainer, as you can see from the tricep striations. So being able to hit this while there was pretty good. I actually dropped down the weight to 260 for my last couple sets of 8. My lower back was starting to bother me. My lower back usually does fine until I really start to travel, and then being on planes and in cars and everything, it really starts to give me can give me some problems. So I was trying to take it easy and just baby it. So the supplement company, we're going to start out with 2 products initially. I'm not going to say what they are because I'm waiting till Monday to announce it. So this video should come out Saturday, and as you guys know, I announced it a couple days ago, or maybe you don't know, like I said, putting some accessory work in here so you guys can see it. So I'll announce the name on Monday, and we should be ready to start shipping hopefully next week. So I'm getting super excited about it, and I think you guys are going to like it. So it's going to be, no proprietary blends, no, there's going to be some novel stuff, but there's, a lot of companies, they'll hang their hat on novelty, but if you look at the ingredients, they're just novel for the sake of being novel, and they really don't have very much science to back them up. So I'm not just going to throw an ingredient in there just because I'm like, ooh, it's novel. If it doesn't do anything, or there's not as much evidence as a well-established ingredient, we're just not going to use it. But everything's going to be properly dosed, and some people were like, well, is it going to, hopefully it won't be too expensive. Look, it's not going to be any more expensive than it needs to be, but, people were complaining about, like, for example, Jim Stepani's pre-workout. His pre-workout has 6 grams of citrulline malate in it, which, by the way, is the minimum dose you need, according to the studies, to get the workout performance benefits of citrulline malate. There's plenty of companies who throw a gram or 2 grams of citrulline malate in there, and that just hasn't been shown to do anything. Maybe it does, but there's no studies showing that. And I can tell you that 6 grams of citrulline malate in a product, it is a significant cost. It's probably 40% of that product's total cost. So just when you have something properly dosed, it's not going to be it's not going to be the cheapest thing on the market. So if you want the cheapest thing on the market, by all means go out and buy something that's crap, and then don't complain when it doesn't work. All right, so this was after the last day of filming right here, and I was pretty exhausted. So this was 2 sets of 6 with 480. And then 2 sets of 8 with 450. And like I said, this just didn't look as good. I just felt kind of tired and exhausted. This is at Raw Iron Gym here in Emmett, Idaho. Really love Raw Iron Gym. They're always super accommodating. This is where we film almost all the workout footage for these videos. And like I said, they're just super accommodating and really, really nice people. So shout out to them. Thank you to them for allowing me to not only film there, but also get good training sessions, and we really appreciate that. So yeah, these weren't the smoothest reps, but sometimes when you travel, it's all about getting it done. And man, the travel's tough. I've traveled a lot this fall, and it friggin' takes it out of you. People don't realize it really takes it out of you. And so I went straight from Boise to Dallas. This is filmed at Destination Dallas. Love this gym, by the way. Big thank you to Greg out there who accommodated me for my training. So I went out to Dallas to help Lauren out, because Lauren was competing in the bikini division of the Dallas Pro, which is where you saw the footage from her being worried about getting on the elevator. So this was 4 sets of 4 with 510 and then the AMRAP. And these felt pretty easy. I think this is the AMRAP here. I felt like I hit 8 reps with pretty much, didn't even have to get super psyched up for it. So things were moving well. So went out to, immediately went from Boise to Dallas for her show, and then we conducted a camp the day after the show. And she got top 10 for the first time in her career, which is pretty awesome. And we had a really good camp. We really enjoyed it. And she did a really great job. Actually, Lauren did her first presentation at a camp, did a really great job, so that was nice to see too. Because obviously, like the people in our group, like Lauren and Will and Paul, like I want to involve them in more stuff because they're good people. And, I'm always trying to push them to do more stuff and be better. So this is, I didn't show earlier in the week, I had some bench that was 300 pounds for 5 sets of 6. I didn't show that. I guess my camera went out. This is 320 for 4 sets of 4 followed by an AMRAP. and got 6 on the AMRAP. It wasn't great, but again, considering the travel, considering everything, I was actually pretty pleased with it. So hopefully, more reps will be there in the future. It just didn't feel great that day. And then obviously next day, or actually this is the same day as the bench. So this is 555 for 2 sets of 4 followed by an AMRAP. And this is using the hook rep. These felt just stupid easy, which it should. This is 160 pounds below my max, so it should feel pretty easy. But again, this far out, Ben's just kind of trying to focus on keeping me healthy and making sure I don't do anything stupid. So AMRAP here, hit the cap of 8 reps, pretty darn easy. Actually, it was funny. After I was done, I kind of helped Guy Sesternino out because he has pretty bad back pain when he deadlifts, and I helped him out with figuring out how to deadlift without back pain. So after that, now we're back home. Thankfully, I believe this is actually the night I got home. So we left Dallas on a Monday and got home. I waited till Robert went to bed and then started lifting. So this was 460 for 3 sets of 8 on squat, and then 430 for 2 sets of 10 on squat. And again, these felt pretty smooth, even though I was pretty darn tired from traveling and whatnot. Just being on a plane, it tends to kind of really destroy me. It's funny, I can squat over 500 pounds and it doesn't bother me, but if I sit on a plane for 3 hours, it kills me. But that would be a Team Old Man checking in, I guess. So it's just kind of, fortunately, right now, as I sit today, which is 3 weeks out from Raw Nationals, I don't have any more travel, so at least I get to stay home for the rest of my training sessions, which I know that since I can do that, my training sessions are going to be a lot better. So I'm very happy. And right now, as we sit, I'm ahead of where I was 3 weeks out from Worlds. So again, pretty happy with that. So these were smooth, and even all things considered with the travel and whatnot. I was telling somebody else the other day that it's funny. When I was younger, I could travel across 3 time zones. Go to bed on a hard floor with it completely bright outside. Oh yeah, with me dancing a little bit. I'm sure you guys want to see that. And then bench, this is 270 for 5 sets of 10. So yeah, I could go to sleep just basically anywhere. And now it's like, if I don't have a completely blacked out room and earplugs and eye covers and if I travel across one time zone, it just completely messes me up. It's funny how that works out. Pardon me. So it was good to be back home. As you can see, I'm training with Paul here, I didn't stay home very long, but at least being home was a welcome change from traveling so much. But it wasn't too long before I got right back on the road. And as you can see, I've just come back from the Olympia right now, and also Sacramento, Mark Bell's Powercast, and my voice is pretty gone, but I wanted to get this video out. So yeah, Paul went to grab it a little early. Don't know what his deal was. He needs to learn how to count better, I guess. So here's deadlift. This is 510 for 5 sets of 7, and again, moved, I felt, relatively smoothly. I remember on this day, I can't remember the reason, but I was really running behind on time, and I was kind of like really rushing through these sets, and it ended up being quite the cardio workout. And then here is, let's see, so this is the Wednesday. So this is squat with 495 for 3 sets of 6. And then that will be followed by 465 for 2 sets of 8. So I'm sure you guys are wondering why not, sometimes you stay with the same weight, sometimes you change the weights. So I think the thing that Ben was trying to do here is, get more specific, getting heavier weights, but then also have a couple back off sets where we really build some volume while not beating me up too bad.
Keep that bar tight.
And these felt, I don't want to say they felt great, but they felt pretty good. I mean, like I said, like I've told you guys before, yeah, that's me being an idiot. And the bench workout was 295 for 6 sets of 8. So the 300 for 6 sets of 8. So the volume is really starting to get high here, especially on bench. And but actually bench felt like it was moving really, really well, especially considering how lean I was at this point. Usually if I get this lean, my bench goes right to the toilet. And actually it was moving pretty good. So yeah, I mean, you can see pretty darn lean here with the hamstrings hanging off and that waist. I can see I got my butt coming off the bench a little bit here. It's interesting on this bench for whatever reason. I think it's because it's so hard. It's hard to keep my butt down. The other thing is too is I'm just leaner, and so my butt literally isn't as fat. So this looks like 310 here for 4 sets of 6, I think. And deadlifts now, 565 for 3 sets of 4, followed by an AMRAP. Obviously these have been filmed pretty smooth, and I hit my deadlift cap of 565 for the 4th AMRAP set of 8. So, like I said, things have been going pretty smooth with regards to bench and deadlift, and squat seems like it's right there. Still doing a little bit of a mad stomp, even though I'm quite convinced I'm going to get the 8 reps, no problem. But, I still have to, it's funny, people think that, like, I do this to draw attention to myself or whatever, and, I mean, maybe, whatever. But, actually, this is what gets me focused. Being fired up, it's not like my form goes to crap or anything. Like, being fired up, I lift better. I'm just more focused, and it feels smoother. So this is what I found works for me, and I'm not saying it'll work for everybody, but for me, it seems to make me actually lift better and with better form and stay more focused. So this is what I do. Here's video of Colin. Colin's been working on his deadlift. He's doing better at not locking his knees so early, and I know he's worked a lot on that. It's hard for him. It's his like unicorn for a Q. He has a really hard time with it, but he's been doing a lot better with it. And I know a lot of people have this problem, and I talked about it a little bit in my deadlift tutorial that just came out on BioLayne.com. You guys should check that out. I'll put the link in for it. It makes a difference. If you lock your knees too early on conventional, your feet are still under you. A lot of times you can still finish the lift. But if you lock too early on sumo, it is going to be really, really hard, because now your base of power is further out from your center, and it just becomes really, really hard to finish the lift.
Yep.
So Colin's been having a rough time with it, but I've seen some videos recently, and he seems like he's getting better with it. So just keep grinding, Colin. I know you got it, buddy. He'll He'll get it figured out. It takes time to get used to a sumo pull. So here's, I guess I just went into a Boston accent somehow. So here's 525, four sets of 4, followed by an AMRAP where I got 8, and that felt, actually Isabel was there, that felt pretty easy. I changed belts, you can see. I'm using my BioLayne belt, which I can't use in contest in USAPL. The reason I changed here is I actually hurt my rib a little bit, and this belt, because it's not quite as stiff as my Iron Tanks belt, wasn't causing me pain. So I switched to this belt and got the 8 reps. And this day was cool because Isabel came in the gym and we got to lift a little bit together. I actually think that this might have been the day. No, I'm sorry, this wasn't the day. I forget what we had to do, but we had something coming up that afternoon, and so we worked out together in the morning and then did something together. So it was pretty cool. I don't get the chance to train with her much anymore because she usually has Robert. And so here's bench press. I believe this is 335 for 5 sets of 4, followed by an AMRAP where I got 5, which wasn't great, but I'll still take it. You know, bench can be touch and go. It's funny, my bench sessions early in the week are fun, and then by the AMRAP, I'm just kind of blown out, but I think that was just all the volume I was doing. I mean, this week right here, I was up to 47,000 pounds of volume, which is really high for my bench. Okay, guys, that's it for this week. I appreciate you all checking in, and I'll get the other updates up as fast as I can.